Hello, my name is Mohammed Bahdoun. So today I'm going to give you the second lesson, Java tutorial lesson 2. I'm gonna teach you how to declare a class. Class is the blueprint or the template for creating objects. Also, I will show you the class has fields, constructors, and methods. I will also show you how to declare variables. Constructor is a block to initialize an object. So I have already written two Java examples. One adding two numbers using variables and operators. Second example is to square numbers using for loop. So let me go here, Java, the Eclipse. The Eclipse is the one that I'm using. So I hope you know how to use the Eclipse, or you can go back to my first tutorial, Java tutorial lesson 1. Now let us create a class. So new in Java class. So now we're going to give the name of the class person. So remember, the name of the class starts with a capital, as you see here. And now ignore the other parts as the source, which is we will explain that later. And the package ignore at the moment. So what we need here is a main function, and which say finish. So now Eclipse created for us a Java class. So this is the keywords. As you see, the color is different than the name of our class. As you see, public class, the name of our class. So make sure that if you have the curly brace starting here, you have to have the one that ends. So Eclipse is smart. So if you put the cursor on top of this little cursor, it just shows you here a little square. So that tells you this one corresponds to this one. Now, in here, we have to put the comments. You have to put the comments about your program. So this is my second Java program. So now we always need this public static void main. So this is the one that drives the our program. So you always need the main function. And now this line we don't need at the moment. So now I'll show you how to. So as you see here, this curly brace starting here and it ends here. So whatever we put in between, that's our statements. So now declaring variables. So let me put the comments here. How to declare variables. So now variables, when you're declaring variables, you have to know the type of the variables you are declaring. So I'm declaring int, which is the integer with the numbers, and the name of the variables. So number 1. So that is, and you always need a semicolon at the end. So this is the type of the variable, and this is the name of the variable. So this is the integer, and the name of the variable is number 1. So now we have to assign this number, variable number 1, a value which is equal to, which I'm using the operator, which is equal to 20. So now we're saying here the value 20 is now stored into this variable. On the other hand, the computer already gave us a memory to store this value. To access this value, we need to go to this variable. So now we can print system out dot print line. So now I'm going to say two quotations here. So this is our number, and now we have to call this variable in here in order to print out. So you need the plus and the number 1. So now let us compile it and let's run it. So now as you see here, so let's minimize this window. Okay, so now let's run this program. So there's an error. So there's something's not right here. So system.out.println system out. So we need the semicolon here. Let's run it again. So now as you see here, this is our program, although this spelling is not right. So this is our program. So let me rerun it. and this is our. So let's declare another variable, same type, int number 2 with semicolon. So we're going to give a value number 2. We're going to give 20 again. Let's say 30 semicolon. So now we're going to declare another variable, total. So we're going to add those two numbers. Total is equal to number 1, which that variable number 1, which holds the value of 20, plus, which the operator number 2, which holds the value of 30. So total now has the value of 30, 20 plus, 50. So now let us print here total, and now this is the total. Okay, so let's run it, and as you see here is 50. The value is 50. So now let me go to other part of the program. So now we're here. So now let me show you how to get the value from the keyboard. So I already written some program here. So let me copy this and I put here. So now what I did here, I declared a class here called scanners, which allows you to get the value from the keyboard, and this is the instance of that class. So I'm asking the computer to get the value from the keyboard system in. So this is the first number, which is the type of int. Second number, same type as well, and the total is the same type. So the first I'm asking the person to put your first number, and then I'm storing that value into this f number, first number, and this is the scan one.nextInt, which gets the value and it stores to here. Same thing here, and then I'm adding the two numbers or two values and storing that value into total, and then I'm printing out here. So let me print out here, run it, and it's asking you the first number, which is 20, second number, which is 40, and the value at the end is 60. So 20 plus 40 is 60. So that's how you get the value from the keyboard. So let me recap here. So this is the import class. You need to import the class that you are planning to use it. So we are using now the class called scanner, and this is the you importing from the library in here, and this is the name for class, and this is where you put the comments. And now let us put a little more thing here in the same program. So I'm gonna put a little loop which squares the numbers. So I already written that one in here. So let me copy here, and I'm gonna go person. So let me put here, let me put comments here. Okay, squaring numbers. Okay, so now what is going on here is the for loop. So we will go this in depth later, but let me give you some examples how it works. So this is the type of the I I'm declaring here, and the starting value, so the initial value will be 1, and I'm asking also this I is less than or equal to 5, so it cannot exceed 5. So now I'm also doing increment. So every time the loop goes inside, comes back, it adds 1 here. So this is saying that I plus 1. So now this is printing. So I'm printing I here. So squaring. So this is I times I. So every time the first value will be 1. 1 times 1 will be 1, which is the square. So let's run it and see the output. So we're still using that other numbers here, 4 and 5. So the value is 9 here. but the first I, the value I is 1, which is squared 1 is 1, 2 is 4, 3 is in here 9, 4 is 16, and 5 is 25. So now I'm going to stop here today, so see you next tutorial.